Gemini, brace yourself. November 2025 is no ordinary month. With Mercury, Mars, and the Sun stirring up your 6th house and Neptune enhancing your intuition, the universe is shaking things up. Expect breakthroughs, surprises, and emotional revelations. This forecast reveals the cosmic drama you didn't see coming. Let's dive in. Chapter 1. November 1st to 10th. Navigating Inner Clarity. Welcome, Gemini. As November 2025 opens its cosmic gates, the universe invites you into a realm of introspection, recalibration, and strategic awakening. The first 10 days of this month are not about external fireworks. They're about internal ignition. And for a sign ruled by Mercury, this is where your true power begins to stir. Let's start with the Sun. From November 1st to 15th, the Sun remains in Libra, your 5th house, a placement that's traditionally associated with creativity, romance, and self-expression. But here's the twist. The Sun is debilitated in Libra. That means its usual radiance is dimmed, its confidence subdued. For Gemini, this translates into a temporary fog over your creative instincts and personal charisma. You may feel less inclined to take center stage, more prone to second-guessing your ideas or emotional impulses. But don't mistake this for weakness. It's a recalibration. The cosmos is dimming the spotlight so you can refine your script. Meanwhile, Mars and Mercury, two planetary heavyweights, are both transiting Scorpio, your 6th house. This is where things get interesting. The 6th house governs discipline, health, service, and conflict resolution. Mars here is like a cosmic drill sergeant. It pushes you to confront inefficiencies, eliminate distractions, and sharpen your routines. You may feel a surge of motivation to tackle tasks you've been avoiding, especially those related to your physical well-being or work environment. But Mars in Scorpio isn't just about productivity. It's about precision. It demands that you act with strategy, not impulse. Now, Mercury, your ruling planet, joins Mars in Scorpio, amplifying the mental intensity of this transit. Mercury in Scorpio is investigative, probing, and unafraid to dig beneath the surface. For Gemini, this means your thoughts become razor-sharp, your words more impactful, and your ability to analyze situations reaches new heights. You're not just thinking, you're dissecting. You're not just speaking, you're influencing. This is a powerful time to engage in research, planning, and any form of mental discipline. But be warned. Mercury in Scorpio can also stir up hidden anxieties or obsessive thoughts. Channel this energy into constructive analysis, not self-doubt. The interplay between these three planets, the Sun in Libra, Mars, and Mercury in Scorpio, creates a dynamic tension. On one hand, you're being asked to retreat from the spotlight and reassess your creative identity. On the other, you're being propelled into action behind the scenes, urged to refine your systems and confront your shadows. This duality is quintessential Gemini, the dance between light and dark, thought and action, expression and introspection. Adding to this mix is the lingering influence of Neptune, which continues its harmonious sextile to your decan. Neptune's energy is subtle but profound. It enhances your intuition, softens your perceptions, and opens portals to spiritual insight. During this first decade of November, Neptune acts as a quiet guide, whispering truths that logic alone cannot grasp. You may experience vivid dreams, sudden flashes of understanding, or a heightened sensitivity to emotional undercurrents. Trust these impressions. They are not distractions but divine signals. This period also invites you to examine your relationship with control. Scorpio energy is all about power. Who has it, who wants it, and how it's used. With Mars and Mercury activating your 6th house, you may find yourself wrestling with authority figures, workplace dynamics, or internal patterns of self-sabotage. The key is not to dominate but to master. Not to resist but to refine. Gemini thrives on adaptability, and this transit demands that you adapt with precision and purpose. Energetically, this decade is like a sharpening stone. It's not glamorous, but it's essential. You're being honed, not humbled. The universe is preparing you for the more expressive transits to come later in the month. But first, it needs you to clean house. Literally and metaphorically. Emotionally, you may feel a pull towards solitude or selective socializing. The Sun's debilitation can make you crave validation, but the Scorpio transits urge you to find strength in silence. This is a time to listen more than speak, to observe more than perform. Your insights will deepen, your instincts will sharpen, and your ability to navigate complexity will become your superpower. In summary, the first 10 days of November 2025 are a crucible for Gemini. The sun dims your external glow so you can ignite your internal fire. Mars and Mercury demand discipline, strategy, and mental clarity. Neptune offers intuitive guidance that transcends logic. Together, these forces create a potent blend of introspection and empowerment, a cosmic invitation to refine your path before accelerating forward. Gemini, don't rush this phase. Embrace the quiet intensity. The stars are not punishing you, they're preparing you. And when the next chapter begins, you'll be ready to rise with clarity, confidence, and cosmic precision. Chapter 2, November 11th to 20th. Rising Confidence and Communication. Gemini, the second decade of November 2025 marks a pivotal shift in your cosmic landscape. The fog of introspection begins to lift, and the stars now urge you to step forward with clarity, conviction, and renewed mental firepower. This is your moment to reclaim your voice, not just to speak but to influence, to lead, and to heal. The most significant transit during this period is the Sun's entry into Scorpio on November 16th, joining Mars and Mercury already stationed in your 6th house. This triple conjunction in Scorpio creates a potent vortex of energy focused on discipline, health, service, and conflict resolution. For Gemini, this means your attention is pulled toward the mechanics of your life, the systems, habits, and responsibilities that form your foundation. But unlike the earlier part of the month, this energy is no longer about quiet refinement. It's about bold execution. The Sun in Scorpio is intense, strategic, and unafraid of transformation. In your 6th house, it illuminates the areas of your life that require courage and confrontation. You may feel a surge of determination to overcome obstacles, especially those that have lingered in your work or wellness routines. This is not a passive transit, it demands action. And with Mars still fueling your drive, you're equipped to meet these challenges head-on. Mercury, your ruling planet, continues its journey through Scorpio until November 23rd, sharpening your mental focus and enhancing your ability to communicate with precision. This is a powerful time for negotiations, problem-solving, and any form of strategic planning. Your words carry weight now. They cut through confusion and reveal hidden truths. But Mercury in Scorpio also demands discretion. Not everything needs to be said aloud. Choose your moments wisely and your influence will multiply. This trio of planets in Scorpio also activates your ability to heal, not just physically but emotionally and psychologically. The 6th house governs purification and Scorpio governs transformation. Together they create a cosmic detox. You may find yourself shedding toxic habits, releasing emotional baggage, or confronting patterns that have held you back. This is deep work, Gemini, and it's necessary. The universe is clearing space for your next evolution. Overlaying this intensity is the ongoing sextile from Neptune, which continues to whisper intuitive truths into your mental landscape. Neptune's influence softens the edges of Scorpio's intensity, allowing you to approach challenges with compassion and spiritual insight. You may find that your dreams become more vivid, your instincts more reliable, and your emotional intelligence more refined. This is a rare gift. Use it to navigate complex situations with grace. Now let's talk about confidence. With the Sun now empowered in Scorpio, your sense of self begins to strengthen. You're no longer questioning your worth, you're asserting it. This is especially true in professional settings, where your ability to lead, organize, and solve problems becomes highly visible. If you've been waiting for the right moment to take initiative or propose a bold idea, this is it. The stars are backing your brilliance. Emotionally, this period brings a sense of empowerment. You're no longer retreating from conflict, you're resolving it. You're no longer avoiding discomfort, you're transforming it. Scorpio energy is not afraid of the dark, and neither are you. This is your chance to confront what's been buried, to speak what's been silenced, and to act on what's been delayed. But with great power comes great responsibility. The 6th house also governs service, the ways in which you support others. As your confidence rises, be mindful of how you wield it. Use your voice to uplift, not dominate. Use your insight to guide, not manipulate. The stars are giving you influence, now they're watching how you use it. As we approach November 20th, the energy begins to shift in preparation for Mercury's move into Sagittarius. You may feel a growing desire to expand your horizons, to break free from routines, and to explore new ideas. This is the beginning of a transition from strategic intensity to creative exploration, a theme that will define the final chapter of the month. In summary, the second decade of November 2025 is a crucible of empowerment for Gemini. The Sun, Mars, and Mercury in Scorpio activate your sixth house with precision, courage, and transformative energy. Neptune enhances your intuition, allowing you to navigate complexity with emotional depth. This is your time to act, to heal, and to lead, not from ego but from clarity. Gemini, the stars are sharpening your mind and strengthening your spirit. You're not just thinking, you're transforming. You're not just speaking, you're awakening. And as the next chapter unfolds, you'll be ready to channel this power into creativity, romance, and spiritual expansion. Chapter 3. November 21st to 30th. Creative renewal and emotional insight. Gemini, the final stretch of November 2025 is where the magic begins to unfold. After 2 intense decades of strategic refinement and inner recalibration, the cosmos now opens the door to creativity, romance, and spiritual expansion. This is your Renaissance moment, and the stars are ready to paint your world in bold, unexpected colors. The most notable shift occurs on November 23rd, when Mercury, your ruling planet, enters Sagittarius, activating your 5th house of creativity, pleasure, and self-expression. This transition is a breath of fresh air. Mercury in Scorpio was deep, analytical, and intense. Now in Sagittarius, it becomes expansive, curious, and visionary. For Gemini, this is like stepping out of a dimly lit room into radiant sunlight. Your thoughts become more optimistic, your words more playful, and your ideas more adventurous. This transit ignites your creative faculties. Whether you're an artist, a thinker, or a communicator, you'll feel a surge of inspiration that demands expression. The 5th house is where joy lives, and Mercury here wants you to speak it, write it, share it. You may find yourself drawn to storytelling, performance, or any form of expressive communication. But this isn't just about entertainment, it's about authenticity. Mercury in Sagittarius urges you to speak your truth, even if it's bold, unconventional, or disruptive. Romantically, this transit brings spontaneity and excitement. The 5th house also governs love affairs and emotional connection, and Mercury's presence here makes you more flirtatious, more open, and more willing to explore new dynamics. If you felt emotionally stagnant earlier in the month, this is your chance to reignite passion, not just with others but within yourself. Overlaying this creative surge is the continued influence of Jupiter in Taurus, which remains in your 12th house. This placement is subtle but profound. Jupiter here expands your inner world, your dreams, your subconscious, your spiritual awareness. It's like having a cosmic guardian whispering wisdom into your soul. For Gemini, this means your creative ideas are not just clever, they're meaningful. Your romantic impulses are not just playful, they're transformative. Your intuition is not just accurate, it's sacred. This combination of Mercury in the 5th and Jupiter in the 12th creates a powerful bridge between the conscious and the unconscious. You're able to tap into deep emotional truths and express them with clarity and charm. This is an ideal time for journaling, meditation, or any practice that connects your inner voice with your outer expression. But there's another player in the mix, Uranus, which continues its transit through Taurus and remains active in your decan. Uranus is the planet of disruption, innovation, and awakening. In your 12th house, it shakes up your inner world, revealing hidden truths and triggering unexpected insights. You may experience sudden realizations, vivid dreams, or emotional breakthroughs that feel like lightning strikes. These moments can be unsettling, but they're also liberating. Uranus wants you to break free from outdated patterns and embrace your authentic self. This energy is especially potent during the final days of the month, as Mercury in Sagittarius begins to form a loose opposition to Uranus in Taurus. This aspect creates a tension between your desire to express freely and your need to protect your inner sanctum. You may feel torn between sharing your truth and keeping it private. The key is balance. Not every insight needs to be broadcast, but every insight deserves to be honored. Emotionally, this period is rich and layered. You may feel more sensitive, more inspired, and more open to connection. But you may also feel restless, eager to explore new ideas, new relationships, or new spiritual paths. This is Uranus stirring your soul, urging you to evolve. Don't resist the call. Follow it with curiosity and courage. Energetically, the final decade of November is a crescendo. The month began with introspection, moved through empowerment, and now arrives at expression. You're not just thinking, you're creating. You're not just healing, you're inspiring. You're not just transforming, you're awakening. In summary, November 21st to 30th is a period of creative renewal and emotional insight for Gemini. Mercury in Sagittarius activates your 5th house, sparking joy, romance, and authentic expression. Jupiter and Uranus in your 12th house deepen your intuition and trigger spiritual breakthroughs. This is your time to speak boldly, love freely, and dream expansively. Gemini, the stars have guided you through shadow and light, silence and speech, discipline and delight. Now they invite you to dance with your destiny, not as a student but as a creator. The universe is listening. What will you say? Gemini, November 2025 was no ordinary ride. It was a cosmic recalibration. From inner battles to creative breakthroughs, the stars pushed you to evolve. Now you're sharper, bolder, and spiritually awakened. December awaits, but you're not the same. You're ready. The universe has spoken and you heard it.